Hey everybody, it's Amanda for Amanda and Mom, and we need a little chaos magic in the kitchen. If you're worried about the dollar crashing, don't worry, because you can still go to the Dollar Tree for 14 items and less than $20, you too can make candy sushi.
Woo!
This is the product of late night Pinteresting, which I do because it's less stimulating than other social media stuff that I could be on that could be keeping me awake. So let's go through the components and then we'll go through how I'm going to make it. There's really no recipe. It's just a concept. It's just
because how do you go to the dollar store and get sushi?
Well, first you spend 3 hours on Pinterest.
Oh, okay. Well, no, they don't have to now. They just
or you spend 15 minutes with me learning how to make Dollar Tree candy sushi arrangements for your friends and family. It's really good if somebody's been sick or missed out on real sushi, and or if you just have a sushi lover in your life, or kids that don't like sushi but their mom and dad went on a sushi date. I didn't want to go. No. Anyways, so let's go through the components. Yes, it's a lunch tray. It's a finger
Not
food.
now.
It was a finger food lunch tray, but now it's gonna be a sushi tray like they have on the conveyor belts. I had a little plastic tureen that it's probably this tall. So if you wanted to do it for like more than one person, you could do layers or whatever, but I didn't feel up to that challenge and I just kept coming back to this. It was so cute and simple. I own wax paper, so I'm going to use wax paper. I may or may not decorate the wax paper to go underneath because I really like the aesthetic of that.
Like a red.
Some people have sushi parties and go all out and like buy the little sushi takeout things and the little papers and the little We did the dollar store challenge, so we have the tray. I'm going to turn these into the decorations for the wax paper on the bottom to be the like placemat thingy that comes underneath your ordered sushi. But then I'm also going to take these pieces and cut them into the fake grass to go in between the pieces of sushi.
Dividers.
Yeah. You have to say fake grass sushi divider thing. Amazon knows what you're talking about, but you have to buy 400 of them for $6. And that was too much money and too much waiting and too many pieces of grass.
Who needs?
For one little gift thing that I'm doing. I also got the slow cooker protectors, the ones where you don't have to clean the slow cooker, because it's got a 13 by 21 inch measurement. So I know for sure, even though I'm not a math girl, I know for sure this will fit over there, and then I can just gather it like it's a gift, like gift baskets basically. You don't have to be this fancy, but I really, really, really wanted to have like the little trays that look like you can like dip stuff. So I'll skip ahead a little bit. I got these. Obviously, I'm keeping the extras. I'm only putting 2 dips. But for my fake wasabi, we have some green apple sour squishers.
Oh, kids will love
to be
that.
the fake wasabi. And then for the fake gari, or I haven't decided yet. There's options. For the fake pickled ginger, if I can cut these fine enough and make them look like ginger slices, the watermelon licorice could be the ginger. Or if that's too fidgety, I can turn those into salmon for the toppers, and I can use the pink Pop Rocks from here in here, which is much more dippable. So we'll see how it goes. Or both. So that's the sauce and my little sauce packets. All right. So now we're ready to talk about actual.
What goes in it?
So I'm just doing the fruit candy version. There's all kinds of like chocolate and cakes, and I just couldn't with that. I just needed to do one thing candy at a time today. I'm just doing candy, so I'm just doing the fruit flavors.
You showed me the ding dong one, and they just sliced ding dongs.
They just sliced a ho-ho and just laid it flat. And I was like, but you didn't, all you did was cut it. You didn't make it, you didn't top it.
You didn't even put caviar on top.
Wrap it or dip it or blah, blah, blah. Anyways, don't get the brand ones, because if you get the brand ones, you get 4. If you get the not brand ones, you get 8.
This probably has a little
They're
sugar
the same
in
price. Okay? So Rice Krispies, they're going to get smashed and then cut, and these are going to be our base. Okay, so that's going to be the base.
The rice, because it's rice.
The rice, right? I thought about mochi. I thought about cake pops, but again, mochi is its own texture, and if somebody doesn't actually really like Japanese food or hasn't been exposed to that might not have a lot of takers on that. Then I have components that could be inside, so I was really excited about this tangy mango Warhead taffy because it can look like my carrot inside of a roll. I really hope that the sour citrus syrup flavor is green to look like avocado or cucumber inside my roll. There's also sour ropes, but they were all literally clumped up together. Like I could feel it in the bag. It was melted together like a bat. And I was like, if I tear that and it doesn't tear well, and it doesn't come apart, I'm going to be mad. So I'm not going to do that. That could be inside. This could be inside again if it turns out that like this is going to work better as like crab or salmon inside of a roll. I'm going to do a couple different shapes. So I'm going to do some inari shapes, and I'm also going to do some like roll shapes because I have 8 of these.
Take a few breaths from you.
So I have all the time to do all the shapes and all the options that I want for this flavor profile. So those are the inside components. And then
there's more?
There's always more. There's toppers. So I got the different flavor Swedish fish where they're half and half, because if I use my little wrapper and go across, it might look like different fish, but it'll also be really colorful. I got sharks, so I didn't find whales, but I found sharks, so they're really cutie. There was a lot of examples that just like have the sharks on the tray, and I'm like, that's lazy. Not gonna do that. And then I got,
you could put them on your ding dongs and ho-hos.
Do it the lazy way. So then there's these for the outside for either like the little ties to go across my little fish, or for like the outside wrapper of like an actual sushi roll. Like that would be the outside of it. I put the frosting back because I don't think I need to glue it. Mom thinks hot water will be enough if I have to tack something together.
Any more sugar?
So we'll see. We shall see. Like you said, how many people is it for? And I'm like, I think one piece of candy sushi is enough sugar for me.
Yeah.
It's really more about the wow factor and like looking at it.
I'm gonna try that.
Wallaby.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's gonna be the sampling, the sous chef, and then I'm gonna be crazy and pick the colors apart in my rainbow nerds for the different toppers.
Of course.
So I have more options, and then I also have
because there's orange and pink caviar.
Right. Well, but then I also have blueberry dust from my Pop Rocks dust.
Ooh.
Dippin'. That could be on the outside.
Dippin' what?
It's basically the generic of Fun Dips. Again, if you get Fun Dips, you get 3 or 4 of them at the dollar store. If you get Dippin' Powder, you get 10. I don't think the brand matters when I'm making it into something. I'm literally going to take all this apart and turn it into something.
Well, they don't have their own plant. Sorry to bust your bubble, but...
Huh?
Things like that, when they're an off-brand, that company probably buys from the original company.
Right, I don't care. It's going to be made into something. So those are the components, and I'm going to go foodle.
We're going to
open stuff in foodle and then show you the setup. Okay, so we did a lot of breakdown. You're going to unwrap a lot of wrappers, especially if you're using, I think this is Easter candy that we're in the season of now to unwrap everything. So the first thing that we did was I used the neon starbursts, right? They have all these decorative flashes. So I used some of them to decorate the tray. I wasn't going to pay, if you're having a sushi party, I could see paying $6 for like 500 sushi tray liners. But if you're not,
or it's for kids,
or it's for children's, if it's for a children's party or project, $1, and you can cut the shapes differently, right, to be the decorative part if you want to decorate your sushi tray. I had Mom take the green parts apart. Look, tell me that's not the fake grass that comes. Come on, get real. So that's our cute little tray, and then we know that the plastic is going to go over it when everything's done. The next easiest thing was the sour apple goo as the wasabi.
Have you tasted it?
Yeah, of course I tasted it. I love that stuff. And then I took the pink Pop Rock powder, which I think is going to be our gari, because when we opened the licorice, we found out that it's about the same as a thumb. So I don't think that I will be chopping that. That would be a lot of work, but I am going to chop it otherwise to try to turn it into like tuna or salmon or whatever. Is there candy sushi out there? Yes, it is. You want to pay $6 for a tiny little thing with 6 tiny little pieces of sushi, or do you want to have a fun fest and build?
Kids would love to do this.
The candy sushi with the children. Okay, so the other components, I don't know if you want to tip or see, but we have all of our components laid out here so nicely. Maybe we'll put a picture later.
We could just lift it up.
of the components.
No, just each one separately. The rice cake, the bowl. No, so they can see that it's a Rice Krispie.
All right, Rice Krispie treats are the base. We showed you the Swedish fish. These are the 2 flavor mashups because I feel like it's going to be cuter and more colorful. We've got 4 kinds of sharks. Baby shark, yum, 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 yum. All right. We got the nerds. I didn't separate them yet. I'm going to sit here and separate them. I really want the orange and the pink for fake roe to go on top of the rolls. And then we've got our fruit roll-ups and our fruit by the foot for like the outside ties that like go around. This is probably going to be like tuna in the middle of the round rolls.
Or you can cut it in half.
You can cut it in half.
What's that?
And then we've got sour taffies. I'm really excited about fake carrot and avocado in some of the rolls. So now...
The watermelon tastes like watermelon.
And the watermelon tastes like watermelon. So now I'm going to smush these and figure it out. And we'll see you soon. All right, we're back. After much foodling and genuinely entering a flow state, I would like to offer a candy sushi tray. There's a lot more dividers involved than I thought, so I used almost all of the green flashes from the garage sale signs. I ended up taking some nerds and deciding that that was my 3rd sauce or condiment, if you will. What does it represent in sushi? I have no idea. Not a clue. So, what did I do? I used a rolling pin to flatten the Rice Krispie treats. I think the individual ones are a lot more convenient, just because then you can cut them. Most of them got cut into 4ths. These big ones got cut into halves for the Rice Krispie treats, but all the other ones got cut into 4ths. Even the little rolls, because once you flatten it, you can go this way and this way. And then you could warm them up a little bit to make the like 10 seconds in the microwave, but really for the roll part of it, that one's gonna fall. Sorry, my fake caviar is gonna fall out if I show you that one. But to roll it, doesn't that look like sushi? You just take the flattened Rice Krispie treat and you just slowly mush it around the insides, right? So for these, I did the Swedish fish, but I cut it in half, right, to have the tail sticking out, kind of like you see with the tempura. Some of them, the head is sticking out. The outsides are the fruit by the foot or the fruit roll-ups. And I actually got lost in the creative process because I was focused on complementary colors for being cute. And what else? The Laffy Taffies, I cut them into 4ths to make the little strips. So at the end, when I was getting a little more creative, I was like, all right, well, we're gonna do that, but we're gonna have a different color strip just to make it cute. The fruit by the foots, you can cut them in 4ths, but you have to be careful and tie it very loose if you wanna tie the top of your fish. I noticed that I only did 2 of those because it was very fiddly and it was at the end and I didn't have a lot of patience. For my big guys here, I took nerds and I stuck them into those big guys. I took nerds and I stuck them into the taffy. So I just took a half a piece and I smushed it together to make a ravine, and then I smushed it long and wide and stuffed the nerds in there so it looks like something different. I also decided, like I said, to make that be part of the condiments. I really love the shark tail sticking out of this piece. And then those are just taffy. You could do candy ropes. I mean, it's not a recipe, it's an idea, right? It's a creative idea. So the sky's the limit. I think that's adorable. So I guess I'm gonna wrap it with you here. Now, that's a lot of candy. I feel like you could give that to a family, or I don't know, you love your dentist's office and you want to give them all something cute and fun. It took 2 hours But a lot of that was because I've never done it before, so I was just fooling with it until something worked. So if you want to make it smaller, you totally can. I have a good half of the candy left. I will not be using it all to make more because this is plenty. So what do I want to say? $20 of candy for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's like 18 pieces of sushi, dessert sushi on there. If you double it, that's 36. That's huge. You could get even tinier little takeout things and just do like a little one row for like each individual person if you were doing individualized gifts, for example. So the crock pot thing is way bigger than I ever imagined it would be going on. So I'm just gonna fold it. But I mean, come on. After I fold, look how cute that is. Wouldn't you love that? Even if you don't love like gummy candy or sour candy, like that's adorable. I think kids would really like that. So if you're having a sushi party, or if you have a friends and family party and there are gonna be kids there that don't like sushi, it could be an activity, it can be a take-home thing, it can be a gift. I did the dollar store version, and I guess you should follow if you want to see part 2, if you want to see me do the chocolate sweets version of candy sushi, and or if you want to know how the people I end up giving this to liked it. So if you haven't followed already, hit subscribe, hit the bell. It'll tell you all the new and different adventures. We just do thrift life here. Amanda and Mom is about affordable and creative living. And I saw that fruit candy, fruit sushi on Pinterest. I was like, I know I can do that cheap and possibly quicker than ordering like an already done one, because it's really in the thoughtfulness, it's really in the creative process, I think. So happy sushi, happy eating. Don't forget you are the magic, and comment if you want me to do the chocolate one.
So nice of her, Amanda, just to be able to jump in and put this episode together for us. Actually, I called her Wednesday after I left the doctor's office and said, "Can you come home?" And she got off work and drove back here Wednesday night and took me to the surgery for Thursday, and had this wonderful idea, and it's fun and it's cute, and I appreciate her so much, and we appreciate each and every one of you, all of those that like and comment and share and save and subscribe. We hope you have a wonderful day, and let us know if you decide to make candy sushi.